Hey guys, it is April from Getting Hogo With It. I have a historical fiction book haul for you. Now, a bunch of these at the very end are more to add to my Philippa Gregory collection. I still have only read like half of one of Philippa Gregory's collection of works, and for some reason I decided to just collect them all because I just have this feeling that I'm going to like them all. That said, it's not all Philippa Gregory. I've got a good mix here, so let's get into it. The first book that I picked up is The Sixth Lamentation by William Broderick. Now, this follows Father Anselm, and it's 1995, and a man walks up to him and claims sanctuary. He claims sanctuary because he is a suspected Nazi war criminal. We also follow the storyline of Agnes Aubrey, who finally opens up to her granddaughter about her position in the war, where she tried to smuggle as many Jewish children as she possibly could. Now, her group of people who were actually trying to do some good and smuggle these children and save them, they were found out by the same Nazi war criminal who is now trying to get away with what he did. So this follows both of their storylines, and it just sounds very interesting. I also picked up The Help by Kathryn Stockett. I have read The Help. I have loved The Help. I would be happy to read this again, so I knew that I needed to have this on my shelves. This follows a young woman in 1962, and she lives in Mississippi. She's a writer. She decides to write the life of the black maid who actually raised her, as well as that woman's friends. So she's a white woman writing about these black maids and their life experiences, and in the South, in this time, that is very unpopular to give voice to those women. I really loved this. There were points in here where I would tear up, and then there were some real laugh out loud moments as well, and I really liked it. So I picked that one up. I also picked up The Hours by Michael Cunningham. Now, Michael Cunningham won the Pulitzer Prize for this book, and it follows the storyline of three women in three different time periods. One is Virginia Woolf, one is Clarissa Vaughn, who lives in New York, and one is Laura Brown, who lives in 1950, and she lives in the suburbs. It's about all of their lives and how they intertwine. I've watched the movie The Hours before and loved it, but it's been many years since I've seen that. This is such a short little book. It's only just a little bit over 200 pages, so I could whiz through this in a weekend, no problem. So I grabbed that. I also picked up Daughter of Fortune by Isabella Lalonde. Now, in this book, we follow Eliza Summers. She's raised in the British colony of Valparaiso in Chile, and she falls in love with this man named Joaquin. And it's not a relationship that's very encouraged. Joaquin and Eliza moved to San Francisco and lived there during the gold rush. And this is their experience. I really enjoy Isabella Lalonde's work, and I haven't read her in a while, so I grabbed that one. Okay, and now we get into the Philippa Gregory. I've picked up almost all of the Cousins War series. So this series occurs before the Tudor series. So before there was a Henry VIII and an Elizabeth, there were very strong women battling it out for England. So I picked up The Lady of the Rivers, The Red Queen, The White Queen, and then The White Princess. Now, I'm missing The Kingmaker's Daughter, and I'm hoping to find that at some point. I keep looking at used bookstores, but I haven't found it yet, but I have patience, and I am sure that I'll find that. So hopefully I like Philippa Gregory. I've still only gotten through like half of Three Sisters, Three Queens. I'm enjoying it, and I find that Philippa Gregory is the type of author that you can kind of dip in and out of. Like, I know exactly where we are in the storyline, even though I haven't picked it up for a couple of weeks because I've just been immersed in other books. But it's the kind of book that you can go back to and you kind of know the storyline because you know history a little bit, and it just embellishes history, which I enjoy. So those are all of the historical fiction books that I've picked up. Have you read any of the Philippa Gregory Cousins series? I really love to know your thoughts on that because I haven't heard a lot about it on BookTube. So let me know if you have. I hope this finds you well, and I will see you next time. Bye!